Hey guys, happy Sunday morning. I hope everyone's doing well. And I thought I would just get on here real quick and share what is my second solo podcast. I've only done a couple of these. And the reason I decided to go live and speak just very briefly was because yesterday I shared a post about why I joined the military, and it deeply resonated with a lot of people. And it reaffirms my belief that everybody could be doing what I'm doing on social media and sharing their stories. It doesn't always have to be your story of serving in the military, it can be your story of personal growth and development. It can be your story of going through something like me going through shoulder surgery. It can be just about anything. But I really do believe that when we share our stories, our view, our passion, it resonates with people. And we have a lot of talk these days about authenticity and being yourself. And I think that's great. But I think that in order to be yourself and to go deep, there's a level of vulnerability that you have to be willing to touch. And it's taken me a long time to get to this place where I can share so openly and freely, be on video, and do the things that I do. But I truly believe that if I had had these resources when I was a lot younger and I was able to do the things I'm able to do now, I might have avoided some of the pain that I have now because I have a community of people around me who support what I'm doing and they believe in me, and that empowers me to do what it is I'm doing today. So I wanted to go on here today and say that you guys all have the power to do this too through social media. And that's why I always believe that there is such a thing as social media for good. I know there's a lot of things out there about disinformation and vitriol and divisiveness, but I do believe that we can have constructive conversations, even about issues that we disagree about, without getting personal, without doing personal attacks, without going low. And that's what I strive to do. That's what I do with my podcast. That's what I do with my blogs. That's what I do with my posts. So I want to give you guys three things that I think will benefit you and help you have the courage to share your stories with other people. The first thing is that by sharing your story with other people, you have the potential and the ability to help somebody else who might be suffering. There's a lot of suffering out there in this world. And you find when you share your stories as vulnerably as I have, there's a lot of other people who are going through the exact same thing. And what it does is it lifts the shame about it. So shame can't live in secrecy, as Brene Brown always says. And when we share these stories of our service, of our growth, of our suffering, even, there is something to be said for others out there who are going through the exact same thing. So I encourage you guys to use social media, use blogging, and learn how to write a story. You can do that through video, you can do that through text, you can do that in so many ways, even in a small group with your friends and family, or just in a maybe a small Facebook group. But by doing that, you find other people that have gone through the same thing you have. And then you realize, like, oh my gosh, I'm not the only person who's ever been through this, and I'm not all alone. So you not only help the person who is also suffering with the same issue, you help yourself. Secondly, you make a connection with someone that you would never meet otherwise. And I think that's amazing. The people that I've met through LinkedIn and hey BZ, how you doing? Here, I'll put your post up here. Thank you so much. The people that you meet through LinkedIn or through Facebook or who I've met through YouTube or Instagram, which is the platforms I use, have been amazing connections and people that I think I'll continue to keep in touch with long after I'm served in the military. So I think that's one of the amazing things about social media and using these platforms is that you're going to connect with people that you just never cross paths with in your everyday life. And you can find people who feel the same way that you do about issues, and then people who disagree with you about issues. One of the things I really, really love about a person that I follow, and I know to some people he's very conservative, but is Jordan Peterson. He really does welcome people who disagree with him. And I think that's a beautiful thing. And I think that we elevate the awareness about certain issues and the discussion around certain issues, and we all become better informed as a community when we're able to rationally and thoughtfully discuss issues which we might not ever agree on. And then we just agree to disagree and we still stay friends. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So you make those connections by sharing those stories through social media. The last thing that you do by sharing stories and understanding the art of storytelling is you learn the craft. There is certainly a craft to how you share stories. There is a way you do the intro, there's a way that you tell the story, and there's the way that you wrap it up at the end with a point. And I'm constantly learning how to tell better stories. When I first started this, I would list bullets. I would just kind of ramble, and I probably still do a little bit of rambling these days. But even when I'm interviewing a guest, I try to get to the heart of what the story was. What was the point? Why did that person go through what they did? And what is it that other people can take away from their story? So I think that by being able to use storytelling as a vehicle to make people think more constructively about an issue and using narrative, there is just so much to be gained by everybody in the greater collective. So that's all I wanted to get on here today and share, because I think that as I see my posts continuing to resonate and getting more popular than I ever thought possible, to be honest with you, I realize that I've got an obligation to pay it forward and to teach people what it is that I'm doing. I have a few friends who are doing the same things that I'm doing. We call it our personal brand or whatever you want to call it. And I'm no expert. I do this on the cheap. I don't hire anyone. I don't get with any coaches. I don't have anybody that I'm working with, but I'm doing it from the heart and I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it. And I will be doing this long after I'm out of the military. In or out of the military, I'll be doing this because it's something that I think is so important and it helps others grow. It helps others learn. And it's an amazing way to build community, build connections, and just overall know that you're not all alone and that there's other people that go through the same stuff in life that you do. And it's not that big of a deal. All right. Hey guys, I hope you have an amazing Sunday and I'll talk to y'all later. Take care now. Bye bye.